You know what I love the most about a wedding? Is like a private, secluded wedding, quiet, elegant, timeless, in a beautiful place, a great location, intimate. Kind of like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding this weekend, right? I mean, you barely even knew they were getting married, right? It just kind of happened. No advance notice, no press attention. The media didn't care. They didn't know. 4th of July weekend, secluded, quiet. I'm kidding, of course. But this was maybe the most bizarre wedding, public wedding, that I have ever seen. And I'm not happy for them. I'm not excited for them. I hate how we have to say that on the news. Like, well, we wish them the very best moving forward. We don't. I think they're ridiculous. First of all, who gets married at Madison Square Garden? A lot of funerals happen there, not a lot of weddings. It might be the world's most famous arena, but it's also got to be one of the ugliest buildings in the city. And the inside is like a dungeon by design, because it's supposed to be dark, no windows, definitely no stained glass windows. It looks like the type of place where they'd hold a Nazi rally, doesn't it?
Donald Trump's got this big rally going at Madison Square Garden. There's a direct parallel to a big rally that happened in the mid-1930s at Madison Square Garden.
Talk to us about the parallels that we're seeing between 1939, that rally at Madison Square Garden, and the rally we're seeing right now at Madison Square Garden.
9 days and counting before the election, Donald Trump chose the historic Madison Square Garden, where history can't hide the hosting of a Nazi rally in 1939. At that time, it was a gathering of American Nazi sympathizers. At this time, Trump's opponents are drawing a parallel between the past and present.
Interesting that the mainstream media, didn't mention any of that this weekend, only when it was Donald Trump, because it was all about Taylor and Travis and Taylor. Not America 250, Taylor and Travis, who invited 1,000 of their closest friends to be with them on their special day. Taylor and Travis, who made everyone, including their parents, sign a non-disclosure agreement before they were allowed to attend. Taylor and Travis, who invited only their closest friends and family and high school friends and people who they grew up with to this wedding. People like Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg and Bradley Cooper, Ed Sheeran and Zoe Kravitz and Jason Sudeikis and Ethan Hawke and Oprah and Brad Pitt and Paul McCartney and Jennifer Lopez and Hugh Grant. Could someone please explain to me how Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, know Hugh Grant, who starred in a movie called, I'm not kidding, 4 Weddings and a Funeral? Why was Hugh Grant at Travis Kelce's wedding? Somebody explain that to me seriously. And who invites 1,000 people to their wedding? When Will and Kate got married like an actual royal wedding, only 300 people were invited to the reception, but Taylor and Travis had 1,000 without inviting a single fan, like 1,000 friends? Are you serious? Is anyone else maybe just a little bit tired of these two, Taylor and Travis? Here's Taylor trying to explain how she and Travis painstakingly whittled down their guest list to just over 1,000.
Is next year the wedding year? Is that when it's happening?
Oh, you'll know.
So you're going big?
I just mean that I was going to invite you to it. I know it's going to be fun to plan because I think the only stressful weddings are the ones where you have a small amount and people are on the bubble.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And you have to evaluate or assess your relationship with them.
Yeah.
To see if they should be there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
So normal, right? She's so normal, kids. Taylor and Travis even had a raffle at their wedding, at Madison Square Garden, where they gave out watches and handbags and cars. Imagine if Paul McCartney won some stupid car at Taylor Swift's wedding. I mean, how weird are these people? Adam Sandler officiated the wedding. Adam Sandler, who apparently met Travis Kelce filming Happy Gilmore 2, which came out last year, meaning Travis had someone officiate his wedding, one of the most important days of his life, who he just met last year. And Taylor and Travis didn't have any bridesmaids or groomsmen, which I think is probably the most telling part of this entire debacle. Because sure, they could get 1,000 strangers to show up, but they don't have any real friends. Travis Kelce won 3 Super Bowls. Why weren't his teammates up there with him? Why wasn't Patrick Mahomes in the wedding party because they didn't have a wedding party. The whole thing is just really odd. Like they made everyone sign an NDA, but then on the Madison Square Garden marquee outside, they advertised just TNT married, as in Taylor and Travis. So romantic. And on the 4th of July to boot, on America 250, which would be like getting married on Christmas, inviting 1,000 people and expecting them to show up on Christmas Eve. Because Taylor and Travis wanted this to be like a royal wedding. Trust me, it was not. I'd rather get married at a gas station. I'm serious. Like, at least it would be outside. Anyone who needs to invite 1,000 people to their wedding are probably really lonely, which is actually really sad, just like Taylor and Travis.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.